Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your WrestleMania 39 preview and predictions. We have got so many matches to talk about today. I think it's like 13. Actually, I just looked. It is 13. It's exactly 13. I can't believe I pulled that number out of my ass and ended up being randomly correct. So we've got 13 matches to talk about this weekend, and while we're at it, we've got 10 matches to actually watch while the weekend happens because we're skipping three of them. So buckle up, buckaroos, and get ready to listen to us talk about this weekend's WrestleMania event. John, how you feeling?
Oh man, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I know I've been kind of meh on this mania, and I wouldn't say we're necessarily out of the woods yet, but we've been checking in with each other. I think this is the third check-in about hype level. Last time I checked in with you, you said 8.5, which really pleasantly surprised me. Hey, we're all about people loving wrestling or being excited for wrestling, and that definitely goes for the two of us. We definitely prefer it that way. I would say at this stage of the game, final assessment, I think 7.5 is the most honest number I can give about how I'm feeling.
Nice.
I think, I don't want to be hyperbolic one way or the other. I think I feel good about this mania, but it's up to the mania itself to see if I'm going to write home about it or not. Because right now, the card on paper, I will say, looks pretty solid, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because Cody's kind of driving it down for me.
Chody.
Yeah, but man, even Ray Dominic, Dominic's become kind of a guilty pleasure for me, so I'm actually pretty hyped for that freaking matchup. So yeah, this Mania's got a lot to offer, and I'm excited to talk about it with you and the rest of our chat. So let's
Yeah,
do it.
that sounds amazing. If you want, we can get right into this thing.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Okay, so I plan on us talking about each night individually. We're going to talk about night one first in its entirety, then we'll get to night two in its entirety. So we're going to end up starting both nights with their respective WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matches because they're completely irrelevant and mean less than nothing. So let's talk about the night one WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, which is the men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
I'm torn between Strowman and Ricochet and Street Profits. I'm just gonna go Street Profits.
It's funny you say that because I'm torn between Strowman and Ricochet and the Viking Raiders because for some reason the Viking Raiders have been just kind of randomly been getting pushed like to a certain level and then brought back down, and then pushed to a certain level and then brought back down. Like they're going on waves, and you just never know when WWE is going to decide, oh, it's time for another fucking flow. They've been ebbing for long enough.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to pick Braun and Ricochet.
That's fair. That's fair. On to the next match.
The next match is going to be Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Oh God, I have a huge theory about this, but I can't give the whole game away until we get to another match later in the is you know what? I'll find out later. Yeah, I've enjoyed the build to this. Kudos to Ray for actually getting a huge pop and Dominic for getting the fuck you heat. I mean, even at Chamber, my God, he was only at ringside and he got more heat than anybody in the actual match. Um, and that's the thing. If go away heat to me, you know what that is? It's fucking silence. And so if you're so distracted by a dude's presence at ringside that you're willing to focus on him and rather than the four competitors in the ring who unfortunately like they put on a great match at Chamber did Edge and Beth Phoenix and Rhea and Finn. That says a lot about where Dom is. Now again, I have said repeatedly, can he sustain what he has been given? I'm inclined to say no. Would be thrilled to be proven wrong. Um, I'm picking Dominic here. I'm picking Dominic here.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of my overarching theory, which I'm gonna put the rest of the pieces together when we get to another matchup later in the show. But I think
Can I
Dominic
guess
is
what match you're going to tie it to?
well, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Oh, it is?
I would say so. What match do you think?
I was going to say IC title.
No, no, no.
Theory
I
Sumo?
already told you this theory, so I don't know if you're feigning
I'm
ignorance or if you
forgetting.
genuinely
I'm
forgot.
just forgetting.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I'm saying Dominic wins. I think Yankee gets the win, and Ray gets the induction the night before, And yeah, and then Dominic gets the last laugh.
Wow. Um, yeah, I think as much as it spites me to say it, I'm gonna have to just agree with you. I think Dominic's gonna win too. Hopefully, this leads to Santos getting elevated at some point. Preferably sooner than later. But
Yeah,
I know that there was a whole thing tonight with the LWO being back or something. I don't even know for sure. But yeah, I do expect Dominic to win just because Ray's story is already basically done. He already punished Dominic. He doesn't need anything else. He got the hit in. That's it. You won your story. Now Dominic's story is to move up the card. So that's why
yeah,
he needs to win the match.
yeah, for sure.
All right. So we both agreed Dominic is winning. Let's talk about Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul.
I mean, it's going to be a solid bout athletically. I think Logan Paul has knocked Seth Rollins out twice leading up to this. And I think Seth more or less even did a promo where it's like, if I lose to Logan Paul, that's not on him, that's on me. I'm more or less saying like he would consider himself an embarrassment to the industry if he allowed Logan Paul to win. So I think Seth has to win. Of all the matches on the Mania card, this one to me is a gimme. Like it's just Seth wins. So what do you think?
Before I do predict, I just want you to know that Mark mentioning the Hell in a Cell match reminded me of your entire theory, so I am no longer forgetting what it was.
Excellent. Excellent.
Uh, but that being said, yeah, no, I'm picking Logan Paul to win here.
Wow. Wow, you're just gonna like have Logan bury Seth, knock him out twice, and then beat him at Mania. Can I ask you something?
It's Seth, bro. I feel like Seth is just in that spot where, like, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Before I go justifying my pick, yes, please ask me the question you wanted to ask.
No, I mean it's valid. We do preview and predictions. We should preview however we want and predict whoever we want. Just previewing the future in the wake of your pick. What do you have Seth do?
It doesn't. I mean, really, I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. It does matter. But here's my thing. It's Seth Rollins. If he wants to go after any title he wants, what's stopping him?
um, I mean, in one way you're right, but in another way that makes me kind of hate WWE's writing because if I'm a champion, I'm laughing at this dude. I'm like, didn't you get knocked out twice by Logan Paul and then he beat you at WrestleMania? Like,
I mean, didn't he lose to Cody Rhodes when he had a fully torn pectoral muscle in a Hell in a Cell match?
and I hated that too. Like, yeah, it's
Well, that's
yeah,
that's like my whole thing though. Is I just feel like Seth's thing is just like he puts on incredible television and then he loses the big match. That's his whole thing now.
God, I hate that he's in that era. But you're not necessarily wrong. I just to me with Cody, and see, this is why I hate like Cody's road to WrestleMania because I should have known from the beginning when he did beat Seth 3 times, when Seth has always been known to be a guy that had Roman Reigns' number. Like, oh fuck, Cody can beat Roman, can't he? Um, but Logan Paul, he's just leeching off. It's just, oh god, I would
Well,
honestly feel
because
sick
what was the
seeing
last
Logan
big
win.
Logan Paul match?
Wasn't that Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel?
And he lost it.
Yeah. I'm sticking with Seth, man, but I mean, you
Well,
do
yeah.
make a
I mean,
case
you
for Logan.
literally called it a gimme, so I wouldn't expect you to move off of it.
Yeah, but I mean, you do make your case. I really didn't think one of us would pick Logan. That you took me way
Well,
off guard.
I'm glad that I can be the wild card, baby.
Yeah, that's usually my job. The fuck are you doing? Stop messing with group dynamics. All right, move on to the next.
Yeah. Let's talk about Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control next.
Yeah, somebody needs to control the damage done to this faction. Um, Legends win.
God, I think so too, dude. I think they're winning too.
God, you know what? Can I? Because what I love most about WrestleMania predictions, I feel like in the past, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm being ahistorical here. I feel like you and I do conjecture sometimes about post WrestleMania Raw and SmackDowns, and particularly post WrestleMania Raw, 'cause it's the most immediate show after Mania. I honestly hope either Io or Dakota just leave this fucking group after they take the L. Like,
I hope Bailey specifically eats the pin, and specifically Io, not necessarily Dakota yet, but Io specifically walks out on them.
Yes, it would fit her character, or at least my favorite persona of hers that we saw in Stardom perfectly. Perfectly. Just be like, I'm so much better than this. What
Dude,
the fuck?
here's my thing too. I don't expect this to happen. This is purely just me fantasy booking for the oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
How great would it be if they allowed Io to do a callback to her history with Stardom? And because we know Lita's not going to be around for a long time, she betrays Bailey and Dakota in the match to cost them the match. And what she gets in return is she gets to become Becky's new partner when Lita leaves as tag champs.
Damn, that would be wild, bro.
I would love that. We get that moment where like Dakota is holding Lita back and she's like got her restrained and then Io goes to do a fucking shote and Lita moves out of the way and Io stops and she looks at Dakota and she hesitates and then she hits her with the shote anyway.
And then Bailey freaks out because you know Bailey's facials and like just everything she's able to do. She would sell the shit out of that.
And then
The
Io just
fuck are you
walks
doing?
away.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be I'd laugh at I love Dakota and Bailey and all of them to death, but look, I'm an asshole. I would laugh at them so hard. I'd be like, wow, you couldn't even keep your own faction together. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Legends win. Legends absolutely win. I don't see why they lose here. But they still gotta drop the fucking title, so when is that gonna fucking happen?
Well, that's why I said that because like the legends that have the only legend with the title is Lita, and she's holding it with Becky. So if we just replace Lita in that tag team, we're Gucci.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then they don't need to drop them immediately.
God damn.
And then you do Io and Becky versus Bailey and Dakota for another month or two, and that continues the feud, and we get amazing matches out of it.
And God, Io's already ready, like at any given fucking moment, to be a singles competitor. But
Yeah.
still, if you wanted to keep her in a tag team for a bit longer, what a rub to get to work with Becky for however long that reign would last.
Yep.
That'd be a great rub for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could even do a story where like Becky wins the women's title as a one half of the tag team champs, and then Io betrays her because she wants the women's title.
Yeah, that sounds fucking amazing and totally in line with her character.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I'm saying. Io's character is like basically a politician. She thinks she's the best, and she wants all the power, and she'll do anything she can to get that power.
Yes. Yes.
Because in her mind, it's like very Lex Luthor, actually. In her mind, her being the best justifies any motive that she could possibly have and any action that she could possibly take, because at the end of the day, her end game is for the person who is the best at this to be at the top of the mountain and be the representative for the company, and in her mind, that's her.
God, I never realized how relatable Io Shirai is. Like this obsession with power. Like, yeah, Io, betray everyone.
All right. Next up. God, what do we talk about next? We've been through all of the matches that aren't like for something. So we've got 3 left. I guess let's talk about Austin Theory versus John Cena next for the United
You really want
States
me to talk about that
Championship.
face?
I'm gonna just go first because I want to make this as concise as possible. I think Cena wins it here and then drops it on the Raw after Mania in an open challenge to a surprise.
God, dude, I've never wanted to join you more than I
Maybe,
do right
dude,
now.
maybe even it's Jay White. I would love that shit.
Bro, I've never wanted to fucking join you more than I do right now. Dude, honestly, can I be real with you now? I may disagree with you rationally. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I may emotionally just go with that anyway, just because I want it. Those waters look so nice. Like, fuck.
Come on in, pal. The water's fine.
Oh God. Literally in the history of preview and predictions, I've never like heard a prediction of yours, and I'm like, yes, I need it. Like, talk about putting it in the hole. That's where I want to put it in.
72 degrees in here. Crystal clear.
You know, Mark does make a great point too on a more serious note. Why I could buy Cena winning is, I've always said this. I've said this on countless live reactions. The opener and the closer are 2 of the most important matches on the card. Opener gets the crowd riled up. Is there anything that would get them riled up more than John fucking Cena winning another championship? Yep. Oh, Foster's looking out for me. John, whenever you change your picks like this, it never works.
Wait,
If you
were
say
you
Troy
going
might
to
have,
pick Theory and go into this?
I was before you took the ball to be
Oh,
concise, which I'm happy you did. I was thinking like, oh, Theory's just gonna get the rub here, but I mean, Cena's never really had long title reigns for like the last couple years of his career.
how many
There's
opportunities to give Theory a big rub have the WWE had in the last year that they were like, we could, but nah.
yeah, and I hope they do it again. I hope they deny him in that face again.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
fuck me.
hideous.
It's literally repulsive. It's like somebody smeared. You know what? I'm not even gonna finish that thought. Um, fucking goddamn. Uh yeah. Wow. I was about to take it to a really dark place, dude. God, I need help. So no, I really was thinking like, they'll just give Theory the rub. But what you're saying and what Mark is saying, and even what Foster's saying, trying to look out for me. I love you, Foster. We don't hug enough. Just putting that out there. Really has got me thinking Cena might do this. He's always had a special relationship with the US title. It's the opener, which would pop the crowd.
Yep.
I love, dude, when I tell you I fucking love your idea of him doing an open challenge, because here's the thing. I don't know if I would go as far. I don't even know if you would either. I know we just get excited on these. I don't know if I would go as far as say Jay White answers it, but what have I been saying about like Braun or a big NXT call up? I could see that. I could see that 100%. If it was Jay, dude, I'd lose my fucking mind. Like, I know we're not reacting to Raw after Mania,
Dude,
but I am
part
going
of
to have a
me
tab
wishes that we were back in the fucking CFO's era just because I feel like they would give Jay White an incredible theme song.
open. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I can't even really look forward to Jay White's WWE theme song because their theme song game has been so mid over the last couple of years.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Um, God, yeah, I'm thinking either like big time NXT player, and obviously my mind immediately goes to Braun Breaker,
Bronson.
or
Or
you could be
Braun,
right
yeah.
about fucking Jay White, which would be insane. So again, like even though we're not reacting to Raw after Mania, I'm gonna have a tab open, and I'm gonna like keep my eye and my ear on it.
I've heard that apparently Braun Breaker and Roxanne are both already on the poster for the next big NXT like pay-per-view or PLE or whatever you want to call it, the next big NXT event. If
Yeah,
if Braun's not getting called up, you know who I would love to see get a call up who I don't know if he's doing anything right now that would be a great next US champion that literally just slot him in there and everyone should be able to buy it.
Cameron Grimes.
Dijak.
Dijak's another great choice. I said Cameron Grimes because I do like how Cena works with guys like Grimes,
That's
and I
true.
feel like those two
Yeah,
could have
no.
a fucking
I mean,
banger.
to be fair, when I said Dijak, it wasn't me saying no. Fuck you, Cameron Grimes sucks. It was more
Yeah.
just that was just the guy I had in mind. But no, Grimes would be a great choice too, for sure.
For the record, I would not mind if you ever took that tone with me on one episode of these, because that'd be hilarious. Like, I predict this. No, fuck you. That sucks. This is what's happening. God,
I would
would you
never.
bring that in
I
here?
would never, ever.
Well, just know that if you would, I would pop. I would
That's
cry, but I would
Do
pop.
you want me to? Never mind.
Do I want you to turn heel? Fuck
No,
yes.
it comes off as less you wanting me to turn heel and more like you wanting to be a little subby boy.
Listen, hey. This isn't about me. But more importantly, God, what were we talking? Oh yeah. Fucking fuck. No, Dijak's a great choice. Dijak's a great choice. I think doesn't he have like a thumb injury or something
Oh, I
right
don't know.
now? I think that's the last I heard. But anyway, let's just predict this match because we've been keeping a good pace up until now because you just threw me for a loop with the whole Cena and then open challenge. I'm like, ooh, that's so shiny. You know what? Fuck it. It's Mania season. I'm willing to go balls out. I'm going to join you on that. Cena wins, drops it next night in open challenge.
All right. Next up, Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley.
Please, Rhea, please, for the love of fucking God, please. Can you tell who I'm fucking rooting for? Jesus.
Wait, no, who are you rooting for? I'm confused.
Charlotte, obviously.
Yeah.
No. Dude, honestly, I don't want anybody to slap me, and I know Ashton just went to great pains to be like, I would never disrespect you, and I believe him because he's a soft-hearted, beautiful man. But is it wrong of me that I'm starting to have doubts now in the ninth inning that Rhea's actually gonna fucking win this? Like, I don't know if it's just PTSD from living through Charlotte's career, but I'm starting to second guess it a little bit.
Dude, here's the thing. What is the one thing that we can actually take solace in regarding Charlotte Flair?
That she's delusional and that we're on the right side of history.
No.
Then what?
That her title reigns almost never last very long because their whole goal isn't for her to last long, it's for her to have a lot of reigns. They can't give her another reign within the next 3 months if she doesn't drop this one first.
That's true.
She's going to hit 17 either at or by the next Mania. Watch.
Wow.
Mania 40, Charlotte hits 17 title reigns.
Oh God, dude, you fucking nailed it. You nailed it. Like that's so, like for WWE in their mind, that's so perfect. Holy shit.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Rhea because we've come this far. But yeah, just Charlotte always worries me. Plus, I mean, here's the thing: that is the story, right? I mean, Mark just said it best. Imagine what better things a lot of incredibly talented women could have been doing if they didn't have to all have redemption stories against Charlotte. And essentially, this is Rhea's redemption story this year.
Yeah.
Charlotte
Because
humiliated her
Charlotte
the
beat
one minute.
her
Yeah,
for the NXT Women's title at WrestleMania 3 years ago.
yeah, exactly.
And
So
then Rhea
yeah,
never got it back because she was the one that got pinned by Io in the triple threat where Io won the title from Charlotte.
exactly. So Rhea to get the win. Come on,
Yeah,
Rhea.
it
Let's do
has
it.
to be. Yeah, that's like to me that's a bigger given to me than the Seth Logan Paul thing, obviously.
Yeah, which still kind
Um,
of sent me reeling, but yeah.
yeah. All right. The Usos defending the undisputed tag titles against Owens and Zayn.
Let me be concise about this. I think people have said it best, where they said that the story is that through the Usos' own actions, they've created the only tag team that can beat them for the titles.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Kevin and Sammy win. That's simple.
That's the soundbite right there. Perfect. Not gonna challenge you. Not gonna disagree with you. Just gonna move on to day two. And before we get into predicting day two matches, I should address something that's been said a few times in the chat now. Apparently, Bobby Lashley wants to do an open challenge at WrestleMania where he is basically calling out anyone that wants to answer it. Do we want to speculate on who it might be, and of course, then who might win that match?
Um, God, to be honest, I don't even know where I would start, like with that. Um, because obviously with an open challenge, you want it to be somebody decent. Maybe a Jonah. I'll be milk toast and I'll say Jonah because the Raw after Mania hasn't been popping off the last couple of years. So I think we should also temper our expectations in a lot of ways. So I'm gonna say Jonah.
Is it way too wishful thinking of me to think there's a chance it's Boogs?
No, because I mean we're seeing him, so I don't think that's like too wishful thinking. Um, that could happen.
Trying to think of what other like really good big powerhouse does WWE have that could be a really good challenger? Because the reason I say Boogs is because like they could do that spot where he breaks the fucking Hurt Locker,
Yeah,
like because he's got that power. Like that's his whole thing. He's like this insane, crazy powerhouse, dude. He fucking military press slammed. I think it was Humberto Carrillo today. Threw him over the top rope in the armbar.
damn, what a
Literally
beast.
pushed him up over his head and just chucked him.
Yeah, dude, that'd be wild. Yeah, I'm sticking with Jonah. I also thought it could be another mad pick like Braun.
Oh, Super Blue said L.A. Knight. That would actually make a lot of sense. Although, so I have two thoughts at the same time. The first one I have to say before the second one because if I don't, everyone else will want to say it when I say the second one. Uh, of course, WWE has a history of rewarding people who injure people. That being said, apparently LA Knight is the reason that Bray Wyatt's not going to be at WrestleMania this year. He injured him at a house show.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
you hate to see a guy that caused an injury getting rewarded, but we've seen it multiple fucking times. We've seen even multiple women get rewarded for injuring people in WWE.
Yes.
Dude, I'll never forget. I don't know if it was last year or the year before that, but one of the last couple of WrestleManias was the time when Ridge Holland did that fucking suplex to Big E that broke his neck.
Yeah.
And we were going into WrestleMania, and it was New Day versus Brawling Brutes, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, New Day has to win. New Day has to win. They have to get their revenge for Big E." And I was like, "Guys, this is WWE. They rewarded Jinder Mahal for concussing Finn Balor with like a 7-month long title reign where he beat Nakamura after being racist towards him. The Brawling Brutes are probably going to win, and they did.
Can I ask a question though, just to kind of get my timeline in order?
Yeah.
Were both of those incidences or incidents, geez, I can speak, in the Vince era?
Yes.
So I wonder if the culture has changed in that way now with Triple H in
This
charge.
is a great litmus test. Let's find out.
Yeah, great point. I don't know why I was so enthused. I'm sorry, everyone.
Don't
But
apologize. It was fucking adorable. How dare you think you need to apologize for being cute?
oh my god, allow me to recede into myself from bashfulness. Oh yeah. So what's our next matchup here for
Uh,
night two? Right,
our
because we're starting
next,
night two.
well, yeah, night two. Let's obviously again we'll start with the WrestleMania, the women's this time WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. We've got Liv and Raquel versus Natalia and Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna versus Chelsea and Sonya. And God, do I even want to say this? Fuck it. It's WrestleMania weekend. YOLO. The reason I laughed is because Natalia and Shotzi have a bit of a private theme with each other. Natalia, the Queen of Hearts. Shotzi, heart-shaped tattoos on her nipples.
Oh boy. Okay.
I feel like maybe not everybody knew that, but people that looked would have known.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I guess Liv and Rodriguez. I'm just gonna go with.
I'm gonna go Ronda and Shayna. I mean, I hate it, but they're probably winning.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna stick with Liv and Rodriguez though, really to be more defiant than anything, and really only for Liv. I love you, Liv.
Proud of you.
God damn.
Although, God, Raquel though, like, ugh.
Dude,
It's
we
really
all lose.
weird that like Natalia and Shotzi is like the second least shitty team here.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea and Sonya, I think is probably the cleanest team here. They might not even be. I've heard some shit about Chelsea maybe having some racist tendencies, and it wouldn't surprise me if Sonya was along similar lines. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, no, I am fighting so hard, y'all, because I hear about this shit and I'm like, why are you people like this? God damn it. Just take your fucking vaccines. Stop worrying about what people are doing and stop worrying what people fucking look like. Did anybody just ever think out loud? Like, I know obviously it's so much deeper than this, so much deeper, but like, it's just weird, right? It's just weird. Like, oh wow, your skin is a few shades darker than mine. I hate you. Like, what? What planet are you
Your
even fucking on?
ancestors lived in the sun more than me. Fuck you.
Dude, I can't. So what's our next matchup before I go full tilt?
Our next matchup is Lesnar versus Omos.
I say Lesnar wins here. They've been kind of building up Omos on TV, but it feels so similar to me. Now, granted, I might be out of pocket, people, because
I'm listening.
I'm old and I'm definitely out of touch because I haven't been watching this fucking product. It feels very similar to the Big Show Brock Lesnar build from 2002. Oh my God, he's so big. Can Brock even suplex him? Can he even F5 it? Bitch, that's like asking the Flash, Barry, I don't know if you can run that fast. Fuck you. Fuck season one. It's Brock fucking Lesnar. Of course he can. Don't fucking play me. Don't insult my intelligence. You know what the fuck this is, okay? We all know what the fuck this is. So shut up and fucking give it to me. Brock Lesnar wins via F5. Short on my goddamn balls.
Barry, we don't know if you can run that fast.
The backhands that I need to deliver to literally everyone that did this to me.
I can't believe you brought that shit up. I love it. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what's up?
Were they making an effort to build up the Big Show to possibly move him up the card when he feuded with Lesnar in 02?
Oh yeah, dude, because see, you gotta understand, Big Show's whole story, just to give you context to fully answer your question, he was not being used on Raw, right? So Bischoff trades him to SmackDown. Big Show's first night on SmackDown, it's the SmackDown after No Mercy 2002, where Taker and Lesnar had that Hell in a Cell match. Big Show takes out The Undertaker. He throws him off the stage. Then in the weeks leading up to Survivor Series, he just seemed to own Lesnar at every turn, except for the go home show where Lesnar had to like use a chair to take out Big Show. And then Big Show wins at Survivor Series, albeit with the help of Paul Heyman. After Lesnar already hit an F5, Heyman had to get involved, pull the referee out. So it was a double cross, but Big Show did win. Given that it's Amos with the manager here, I doubt MVP makes the fucking Hurt Business a bit wider than it was 24 hours prior and has Brock Lesnar join the group.
Bro,
So
I
I
just
don't
had
know.
a fucking thought.
What's that? Walk us through it.
Randy Orton answers the open challenge.
Oh, you mean Lashley's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We've
definitely.
been
I could.
hearing rumors that Orton might make his return at Mania this year. What if
That would
that's
be
the
a fun
thing?
one. That would be fucking wild.
Because like
Yeah.
I had like this gut punch of like, oh my god, what if it's Big E? And then I was like, wait a minute, we haven't heard anything about Big E coming back soon, but we have heard a rumor that Orton was coming back at Mania or around Mania. It would be him.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I'm not saying unfortunately about the Orton part. I actually love that idea. Unfortunately, when it comes to Big E, the most I've heard is he might do a skit with New Day for Mania, but nothing
Oh,
physical.
okay. Well, that's good
So
still. It's good. It's gonna be good to see
yeah,
him. But dude,
I've missed him,
it's
dude.
just
Yeah,
gonna be Orton, isn't it? It's gonna be fucking Orton's return. He's gonna go against Lashley and probably beat him.
yeah.
And then Lesnar's gonna beat Omos, and it's gonna drive Lashley and Omos and MVP together, and we're gonna get the reunion of the Hurt Business for real, officially this time.
Oh my god! Finally,
Yeah,
Jesus, the
yeah.
will they won't they was obnoxious.
That's my prediction. I'm predicting that Orton is the open challenge opponent for Lashley and beats him, and that Lesnar beats Omos, and that leads to the Hurt Business officially becoming a thing again.
Nice.
Not as nice as your face.
I love where this is going. Next match. Come on, I believe in you. You can do this.
Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna go first, Edge, so I can lay out my whole theory.
Yes, we already
Okay.
know that you and I both picked Dominic Mysterio to beat the shit out of his own fucking father, like the delinquent that he is.
God, I just pitched the biggest 10 at all your emphasis right there, but staying focused. um, my theory, and it would be so perfect if Rhea wins as well,
Bro, can I
because
just
just the
interject here? Because when you said my theory, all I could think was, is better than Austin's theory.
you're you're so fucking correct. You need to let me do this right now though, otherwise I'm gonna be taking all of us camping. Like seriously. But if Rhea wins, that'll be even more perfect for what I'm kind of envisioning. So I'm definitely hoping for that. So I'm thinking here, yes, Edge wins. Foster and Mark already called that yes.
Yeah.
Here's my thing though, just to elaborate. Finn bringing back the demon was fascinating to me because I feel like the demon to me is a babyface fucking move. The paint is fucking kick ass. The demon is OP and really fun to like watch work and be menacing. Hell in a Cell with that structure, they're bringing back like the classic Hell in a Cell look. I don't know if they're going to bring back the classic Hell in a Cell brutality. I don't even necessarily think they need to. Just a curious thought. Regardless, Edge wins night after Mania. You've got Rhea with the women's title. Dom having just beaten his father, maybe even takes his mask or something and poses with it because maybe Ray leaves his mask in the middle of the ring or some shit because he did get inducted, the night before. You have Dom call out Finn in front of everybody and saying, why the hell are you the leader of this group when you didn't even win your match? I won my match. They excommunicate Finn. Dom becomes new leader of Judgment Day. But here's the thing. We know that he's whipped. We know that he literally calls Rhea mommy. I would have Rhea be kind of like the ghost leader of the Judgment Day with like Dom as a proxy. And so when she's like whispering stuff in his ear and stuff, that's just her giving orders and leading the group. And maybe there even becomes tension for those two because we know that Rhea has done intergender and then she kicks Dom's ass, which I think would get a huge pop if she was ready to go face at any point. You could do so much with this. So yeah, essentially to really strip it down, Finn loses, Dom wins, Rhea wins. They call out Finn. I would say Priest. That kind of leaves Priest in an interesting place because I don't know how I would have him react. I
Well,
think I'd have
obviously
him
he
be
would side with the power, which is Dominic and the women's champion Rhea. So then we would have Dom and Priest be a tag team. Which again, remember you reminded me, didn't Priest and Dominic win that one tag match recently?
that was part of my theory too. guys, during Dom's promo, he could even point out to Finn that he's been more of a leader of Judgment Day than Finn because during Tag Team Turmoil, when they got that tag title shot against what would end up being Jay and Sammy Uso, Finn had to call out hurt because of his ribs, and Dom stepped in. Dom stepped in and he did it. So yeah, Dom's gonna leverage all of that against Finn. He's gonna excommunicate him from his own group. Edge is gonna be like, first time, huh? And Dom and Rhea, Dom and Rhea
Do you
are
think
gonna
Edge
win the
would
day.
accept Finn and they would go as a tag team and they would go after Damien and Dominic?
Dude, I think that would be so fucking cool. I honestly, because I've missed babyface Finn. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I feel like the way they've done heel Finn has been kind of meh. NXT was so much better in that regard. Babyface Finn kicks ass. Hell, I wanted babyface Finn to beat Roman for the title, for fuck's sake.
Dude,
So
yeah. I mean, that match right there is exactly why I don't think he's winning this because the Damon is dead.
yeah, first time by God, second time by Adam. His first. God damn.
You really
Uh,
put it that way. Oh my god.
I've been on fire. This is a career day for me, honestly.
I'm so
Um,
fucking proud of you.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, guys, that's essentially my theory. I don't even know what Ashton Foley thought about it because he seemed like cool with it when I mentioned it to him the first time. But yeah, that's where my head's at if you want to talk about getting crazy between Mania and Raw after Mania. So, do you have any thoughts about this match? Or are you just going to
No, I just
pick
signed on
whatever?
to everything you said, man. I love everything you said. I was ready to pick Edge even before you had that theory because of the fact that the demon is dead to me because of the Roman bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. Next up, let's see here. I guess let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther, Sheamus, Drew. You know, everyone's picking Sheamus to win here to get the Grand Slam, and I don't care enough to go against the grain, so I'll just go with it. Sure, Sheamus, whatever.
You're so tired. Just like fuck it. Two things. One, Foster, I would never hurt you. I love you, and I'm so sorry that my theory did. It almost makes me ashamed of it, to be quite honest. I also agree with Foster that this is a sexy match. I'm honestly really looking forward to this. I have a question for you, Ashton, and of course for the chat. Do we think Drew's going to be turning heel soon? I only ask that, right? Just to give context to where my head's at, was because apparently like I don't know if he did Claymore kick Sheamus or he was looking like he was going to Claymore kick Sheamus, but like one of those backstage YouTube exclusives asked him about it, and Drew just kind of shrugged it off. And Sheamus has made it seem like, oh, Drew, he's encroaching on my territory. This is my. He knew what the Intercontinental title meant to me. So essentially, how I see it, if Drew's going heel, I could see Sheamus winning, having it be a babyface moment for him and his first big feud be with Drew, who is going heel. Um, but I will say, if he is turning heel, I, for one, will come out ahead and say, perhaps shockingly to many of you, I don't like that. I really like Drew as a babyface, and I really still wanted him to get his flowers as a babyface. But I'm just curious what you all think. But yes, I too am too tired to go against the grain. And honestly, I'm rooting for Sheamus to win. I think the guy's done great work. And honestly, Gunther, I want him in that main event scene. I want him winning world titles. I want him to go on a monster fucking run, even
Bro,
though
I
we're
swear to
amped
God,
for him
if
already.
Cody really does end up winning the title, and we'll talk about that in 2 matches, but if Cody really does end up winning both titles, I hope Gunther beats him for it at the next fucking pay per view.
Dude, I know this won't happen, but I know we've said before, like Javaris has said, and you and I've said, oh, I hope so and so big leagues this person.
Yeah.
I honestly hope Gunther big leagues fucking Cody the way Lesnar did to Cena at that one
Dude,
SummerSlam.
exactly. Because here's the thing, right? Roman is only this long reigning champion because he keeps finding ways to win. He keeps like cheating or like the fucking low blow kick out or Heyman helps or the Usos or Solo or some combination of all of the above. Roman has cheated his way to this 2+ year title run. If you put Cody in there with Gunther, I just feel like Gunther would overwhelm him. It's such a mismatch. Bitch boy Cody Rhodes, pretty boy, little fucking Nazi youth looking Cody Rhodes' punk ass in there with a machine like Gunther. It's not fair on paper.
God, Gunther. Ultimate Mega Chad survived so long in the Royal Rumble at number 2. Cody, father is Dusty Rhodes and end of list. Like, god
Won the
damn,
Royal
man.
Rumble from number 30.
Yeah. Oh, what a concerted effort. What a painstaking effort for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, hey,
Um,
didn't the 50-year-old just win the Royal Rumble from 1 last year? What are you doing that's special?
yeah, Cody, you ain't shit, bro. Yeah, dude. But kind of bringing it back and kind of grounding it on Gunther. He needs to have a strong fucking year this year, and he did at the start with the Rumble. I think losing the title in a Hoss fight would be great. And hell, even if he retains, it's not bad either. Because, unlike, again, your points about Roman, he'll have beaten 2 fucking Hosses, more or less on his own, probably. I love Gunther, man. I think he's going to have a stellar fucking year this year. I
Well, and
hope. I
plus,
hope.
like, if we would end up with a situation where it would be Gunther versus Roman, he would have Imperium to negate the bloodline.
Dude, if I'm Roman, I'm talking all my shit, but I'm very careful who I talk that shit to. If I see Gunther walking down the hallway, I'm averting my gaze downward. Um, yeah, I don't know what's next for him, but I'm excited whatever it is. But I am gonna go with Sheamus to win and get the Grand Slam because Mania moment and all that shit.
Oh man, I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like Roman would have so much respect for Gunther and just like fear for him that he'd be walking down the hall and he'd be like giving him a nod, like, "Oh, hey there, tribal captain, how are you?"
God damn.
Like, you're not quite the chief, but you up there, you way up there.
Yeah. All right. Is it main event time?
No, we have still got Bianca Asuka.
Of course we do. I'm just gonna say it. I hope Asuka wins, and I am gonna pick her to
Dude,
win. I think,
I
yeah.
wanted to talk about this earlier, but I didn't want to give away this pick. Asuka's winning so that she can drop the title to Charlotte in a few months.
Hey, I understand it, but why did you have to laugh afterwards like that?
It's laughing so I don't cry because Charlotte is Asuka's kryptonite and I hate it.
Why does she ruin everything she's a part of?
Well, there's so many reasons for that. You really don't want me to get into it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We've been over it before. I know. It's just it doesn't make it hurt less. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna go Asuka here. I know people have been craving for her to win her first Mania, and granted, I feel like any of the ones that she's lost, she could have won. But if
You mean
ever
like
she
the
was to
one where
win
she
one,
tapped out to Charlotte that ended the streak?
I'm already hurting, man. What more do you want? um. If there was ever a Mania where like it almost felt like she had to win, it's this one because I get it. And kind of paraphrasing Scott Steiner, she changes her hair, she paints her face, she thinks she's threatening. But she did make it a bigger story of I'm returning to Japan to find something.
Well, and if you
This,
listen to
yeah,
commentary, they squeal their pants every time Asuka shows up with the face paint. They make it seem like she is like the Demon Balor version of Asuka.
yes, yes. And so there's this whole narrative around it, and I get that Bianca is just in her fucking zone right now. She is the Cena of the women's division right now. This is her era, undoubtedly. But I just think it's time to drop the title. I really do. And honestly, what I hate about everything is that I have not stopped thinking about Charlotte being the one to beat Asuka since you put that out into the universe. It was a spore that infected me immediately. And I'm like, yeah, that's happening. Because honestly, as it stands right now, I can't see anybody else that could beat Asuka the way that she is. Um, so yeah, Asuka for the win. Hopefully she's able to beat Charlotte, but this company doesn't care about my happiness, so that's probably not happening. So we're both agreed on Asuka. And now, speaking of
Yeah, I will
happiness,
say though,
yeah,
if Bianca does win, as disappointed as I will be, I will not be even remotely surprised because she is on her Super Cena bullshit. And how many times during Super Cena's actual reign of terror did we say, "Oh man, this guy needs to beat Cena. He has to. It doesn't make sense if he doesn't." And then Cena just wins.
you're wrong. Uh, man. All right, let's rip the band-aid off. Let's fucking talk about this main event. Fucking
Roman
hell.
Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus Chody Rhodes.
It was such a beautiful, magnificent title reign. You could have made literally everyone. Well, let me run that back. You could have made literally anyone, and you chose to make him. Uh, does he win? Does he? Okay. This is why we do preview predictions, right? Like it's a little after midnight. We're gonna do it, right? We're just gonna have this conversation. Does he really win? Does he? Let's all think about this for a second. Let's all think about this for a second. Does he really fucking win when he hasn't faced adversity yet at all? He just gets that's it. When is this dude gonna fucking struggle? The torn pec wasn't a struggle because he won the match before he left to deal with the torn pec.
But John, then he had to miss a few months of being in front of the people that cheer for him all the time.
Yes, I do, mocking Ashton fan to make a point of how fucking ridiculous WWE's booking is, but he hasn't truly suffered. Okay. Oh, I
I love
just
Alex Foster in chat. Cody wins, but we all lose.
I love Foster's other message though. This was Stardust versus Roman. I'd be game for Roman losing. And then Mark said Stardust greater than Cody.
I mean,
Um,
Stardust is unquestionably more entertaining than this garbage ass Homelander Cody bullshit.
the man with the neck eating tattoo. God,
Dude,
I
I
hate him.
love that you say it in a way that like it almost rhymes with the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go gentle into that good night. I really don't. I'm kicking and I'm thrashing and I'm screaming and I'm tweeting, and it's painful. Okay, okay. If Cody loses, he would have to get a rematch and then he'd win the rematch. Because see, here's the thing. I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying Cody doesn't become world champion ever. I'm just wondering if they want to make it this easy for him that he just speed runs being the guy. I don't even know if Cody himself would like that because he's so this. We've talked about it before. I'm going to say it again. This pathological need to be loved. I mean, God, what they've said about his father, I'm beginning to think that was true. There must have been some neglect going on in that home. Cody is emotionally compensating like a motherfucker. I can't imagine to be like, guys, I don't really know if me winning the title like this is going to make the people love the only person that matters,
Me.
me. You said it, even though I nobody I mean popped. Okay. So I feel like they run it back at SummerSlam, but then like you've got to fill so many months and like what does Roman do? Because here's the thing: on one hand, if the Usos do lose, which seems like a foregone conclusion, maybe you could do the Jay thing. But then here's the thing: fuck you, Cody, again, and maybe even worse because you're wasting the Jay story, which so many people have believed in, including people in our chat, only for Cody to still get the dub anyway. It's Sami Zayn all over again. It's Sami Zayn the sequel, literally, because that's what's happening right now, right? Sammy got his stuff used up, and Cody's now center stage. Be the same thing again. Fuck,
I'm
I'm
gonna rip
just
the
making it.
band-aid off. Cody's winning. I'm picking Cody to win officially.
No, I can't.
Cody's going to
I don't want to.
win, and then the most interesting thing going on will still be what happens in the bloodline because everyone has been talking about once Roman loses the title, Jey Uso is going to leave, then Jimmy Uso is going to leave, then Solo's going to leave, and watching the way that the bloodline reacts to Roman not having the title anymore, but also we're also projecting the Usos to lose their titles too, so they aren't exactly going to be able to stand on any kind of pulpit, is going to be the most interesting thing going.
God, Mark, you're speaking my feelings so concisely into existence. Like that's really it. Like this feels like such a bad time for a title reign or a title change. And that's ridiculous because it's been going on forever.
Here's my thing though, dude.
Yeah.
Is Roman's how do I put this? We all agree at this point that the most interesting thing that was going on in WWE for a while was the Sami Zayn story. But I think we also agree that that culminated with him turning on Roman specifically and then getting his title shot in Montreal.
Yeah.
That was the end of the story. So
Yeah.
what other after that's over, what story is left for the bloodline?
For the bloodline, I think it would
Yes.
just be Jay finding his conscience again and finding his conviction again. That's the only other story I can think with the bloodline.
Okay. So notice though, that's about Jey Uso. That's not about Roman Reigns. I think we have reached a point where Roman Reigns doesn't really have a story going on right now.
Yeah.
But Cody Rhodes has this whole redemption story going on, and they're going to capitalize on the sort of culmination of that story by putting the title on him. And you're not ruining Jey Uso getting a redemption or getting a measure of revenge against Roman by having Roman lose the title to Cody, because that story could still culminate very satisfyingly.
Oh, I want to be clear about something just in case there was misunderstanding. I don't disagree with you. I was only going to the simulated option where Cody just loses here but gets a rematch at SummerSlam, and like how do you fill the time? And you would do a Jey Uso feud to pad it out, but I don't want to see Jey Uso treated as padding
Well, okay,
with
but
all
yeah,
of
I
his
was gonna
emotional growth.
say if we did that, how would you handle that?
I don't even know, dude. I'm not
Because
even
if
gonna
you're
posture
talking
what I
about
know
Cody
yet.
getting a rematch at SummerSlam, that implies that Jey Uso tries again and fails again.
Yeah. And that just oof. Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck this. This really says how much I hate Cody Rhodes because everybody's making so much sense, but I'd rather die on my sword than die on his. Roman Reigns to retain. I
I love
can't
that. I
believe in
love
him.
that for you. I love that for you.
Yeah. No, because here's the thing. I will concede. I will concede. Everybody's making logical sense. I'm the nut here. 100%. You know what it is for me? I don't believe in him, and I never have. I when Cesaro got his one world title match one on one, which it was fucking ridiculous that it took that long. I believed in him more at that time than I do in Cody right now, and it always felt like Cody would end up here, at least in his own mind. Cody might be one of the most least believable challengers to me at this point in time that Roman's ever had. And it's funny because he beat Seth 3 times. He ended Solo's undefeated. But see, in a way, that's almost exactly why. Where has been the struggle? Because I feel like struggle does, in a wrestling sense, make you stronger. I fear the person more that's lost their way to a title match than the person that just keeps winning because, like, it's like, man, I've been beaten down so many times, but this is what it's going to take to beat me now at this time. Fuck, I hate him so much and I don't believe in him. So Roman retains. I'll go kicking and screaming into this title reign. Fuck it. This has been a masterfully built title reign. You could have made anyone. I reject him. I reject him outright. So yeah, everybody's making sense. I'll be the nut house. I'll be the one man nut house. Come on, Roman. Just 3 fucking spears. 3 fucking spears, I think, is what it's going to take to beat that motherfucker and retain, and we can smooth out the details later. So there you go.
Alrighty. Well, I hope you're right. I'm rooting for you to be right. My question though is, if you are right and Roman does retain, what then?
Dude, you know, it's funny because like just one idea because I don't have like a coherent idea for you. I'm just gonna own that right now. But just like spitballing title defense ideas, you could do what they did with Austin back in '01 when he was heel and fucking Jericho and Benoit beat the 2 man power trip Triple H and Stone Cold for the tag titles. They had it that King of the Ring tag champions Benoit and Jericho versus Austin for the WWF title. But instead of Jericho and Benoit, you do Sami Zayn and KO. Imagine if they both challenged Roman with their respective history for him and a triple threat for the title. And then it's like, oh, but we went on this emotional arc. And do I want the championship more? Or do I want our friendship more? You could do a lot of stuff in a match like that. That's one idea. Money in the Bank winner, whoever that is, you know, I'm picking Braun Breaker. Maybe you do Jey Uso. You could do Cody again. And maybe by that point, I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, whatever, fine. There's always a way. There is always a way. Although I will say this, and this is something I want to ask to give the ball back to the reasonable people, i.e., not me. Um, if Cody wins, do we think he has a celebration to close Raw and Jay White interrupts it?
No,
Because that has been on my mind
absolutely
a lot.
not. Everything that I've heard implies that Jay White will be inserted into the WWE main roster as a mid Carter.
That fucking blows, honestly. He is
Do you know who interrupts
so.
it though?
Who?
Randy Orton.
The story's right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the story's right fucking there.
Yep.
God, the Cody Rhodes jerk off session is never gonna end.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Orton, the whole rumor that I saw was that Randy Orton was coming back either at or around WrestleMania, and that he was going to be the planned feud for Cody's first title defense after winning the belt, so that if his title reign is basically a massive critical failure, they can just pull the trigger on putting the title on Orton and be done with it.
Yeah, that's yeah. Cause dude, what I love about how your mind is working on this, again, being the sensible adult and actually picking Cody to win the titles, is again, it's like the whole story is the Cody Rhodes masturbation session. I beat the tribal chief, but this is so much more of a personal thing for Cody because Randy Orton was the leader of Legacy, and there was a lot of trauma there, So it's like, oh, I beat the guy that tormented Ted and I showed that I can stand on my own. It's like, oh God, gag me. I can see it though. I can see it so fucking clearly.
Yup.
Gag me. Fuck. Yeah, come on, Roman. Come on, Roman. Pull one more out of the fucking hat, my guy. Just one more. Just beat this motherfucker. Because you know what, Cody fans? You should be thanking me anyway because he'd finally have some fucking adversity. Christ. But then do I even really want that? Because he'd do a crying promo the Raw after and talking about, I'm sorry, Dad. Yeah, you should apologize to your father and to me for existing. Fuck.
Well, no, dude, isn't that the whole thing, though? Is that he wants to win the titles to prove he exists or whatever?
Oh my God. He loses and he goes on a spiral. Yes. Yes, it's everything you deserve, you little shit.
He opens up the post-Mania Raw with the teary-eyed promo talking about how I'm sorry I failed all of you. I'm sorry I failed my father, and I'm sorry that I failed to prove that I deserve to be here.
I want him to borrow Kip Sabian's paper bag and put it over his face because he's invisible now and he doesn't fucking exist. Oh my God.
All right, I'm ready to be done.
I'm ready to be done too. Fuck, honestly, for the first time ever, I think really thinking about Cody has dampened my hype for Mania. I went from a 7.5 to 6.5.
No, but no, dude, here's gonna bring you back, because remember, we're not watching that match. We're
Oh my
dipping
God,
before
that's
it
right.
happens.
So
Yes.
actually knowing that, I'm at an 8.5 now.
Nice.
Addition by subtraction.
Yeah, I wanted to actually address that. That was actually the thing that was on the top of my mind when you said that. It worked out really, really well. So, as far as what we will be reacting to, we are specifically only going to skip the four-way highlight, whatever the fuck, showcase match, tag team matches on both nights. That's the only match that we're going to skip on night one, though, and then obviously night two we're dipping out before the main event. But that's it. That's all we want to skip. That's the only stuff that we want to skip.
I've never been more excited to miss a main event in my life. Oh
Remember
God.
how nice it was when we skipped that shitty Nana main event?
Oh God, yeah, but this
And
is
then we
gonna be
saw
so much
everyone
better.
bitching about it online, and we were like, oh man, we made the right call.
Yeah, yeah. Sucks for you.
I
Oh,
think it was Super Blue called Cody Rhodes Spin Cycle Rhodes in chat, and I just love that because of the fucking endless stream of crossroads that it's going to take to beat Roman.
over or under 5 crossroads because I'm thinking maybe under, but it's
Um,
gonna be obnoxious.
from beginning of match to end of match, I think you hit
Yeah,
the number right on the head. I think 5.
yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think he's gonna hit one, and then he's gonna hit 3 in a row, and Roman's gonna kick out, and then he's gonna hit one more for the win.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Cody. Fuck you. And in the words of John Moxley, your theme song sucks, by the way. Ah, I hate that fucking theme so much. All right. I've really got nothing else to add. I feel like I've been enough of a petty bitch. Uh, anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Well, guys, this has been us, obviously. Be sure to like the video as you find out, subscribe, click the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any of that oh goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch because we are the best wrestling podcast in all the IWC. And yeah, you heard it here. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing 201 review at 4. I gotta remember that because I know on big pay-per-view days sometimes I'm bound to forget. So we're gonna be doing one last bit of coverage before WrestleMania. then you already know the matches we're skipping. So, night one, I'm going to go live at 8, but, we're going to just kind of keep an eye on things. Whenever the tag match is happening, we'll skip that and then react to everything else. Night two, same procedure, except it's tag match and the main event. So reactions again are slated for 8 p.m. Sunday for night two. And that's Mania. And then Monday, because we're not reacting to the post Mania Raw because it's been kind of mid the last couple of years, we are, however, doing a Fave 5, which I really should even start putting that together tonight because I feel like I have an idea of who I want to go where, but I'll really finalize it on Monday before the commentary. So that, of course, will be Monday at 5. And then, yeah, that's just the rest of the big commentaries I want to get out there. So thank you guys so much for listening, for sharing, for lamenting, for everything. Let's get through this Mania together, and let's hope that it's a great fucking time. So yeah, take care of yourselves and each other. Tune in. Peace out.